In the YouTube community, having Rina mess up is considered especially heinous. In New York City, the dedicated supporters who investigate these vicious felonies are members of an elite squad known as a You Got Me Messed Up unit. These are their stories.
So this Achieve the Dream event was definitely a different experience from the last one. Like, I would say completely different. Hey peeps, it's Rina and welcome to my anxiety-filled life. If you are already subscribed, thank you so much for coming back for another video. If you are not subscribed already, you know, we got good content over here, we're good over here, we're fun over here, so you could just join by clicking that little subscribe button and it would be very well appreciated. So before we get into today's video, I want to celebrate 3 things. First, I surpassed 500 subscribers on this channel, which is amazing. Second, I opened up my own Etsy store and I have 2 digital products that are ready to be purchased and downloaded. So if you need a little coupon code, just look in the description box and I got you. Third, NACA rates are still below 3%, which is amazing, but that 6125 and 2.125% was short-lived and it went back up again. Those low rates were just short-lived and I'm jealous if you were able to get your loan application in with that rate by that time, and I hate you just a little bit, maybe a lot. Nah. But you know, congrats to you or whatever. As of today, the 30-year rate is at 2.75% and the 15-year is at 2.25%. So not bad, still below 3%, but like those lower rates were just desirable. Just in case, let's bow our heads and close our eyes. Dear Lord, if you will it to be, please, please, please let the rates be this low or even lower by the time that we have our funds in order and are ready to get our house. In the name of Jesus, amen. 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 It's been a while since I did a NACA video, so as you can see by the title, I'm going to be talking about my second Achieve the Dream event experience. So let's get into today's video. So like I said, today will be a story time of my second Achieve the Dream or ATD event experience. If you haven't seen my other NACA videos, part 1, 2, and 3, this will be part 4, I believe. I suggest you pause here, go back and watch those videos, and then come back here. But if you've already watched those, then stay tuned. I was scheduled for June 14th, and my number was in the 900s again. So I expected to be seen around 5 p.m., 6 p.m. like I did last time. So that was my expectation. The week before the event, I uploaded my web files, so I uploaded my LOEs. I'm not gonna explain what the LOEs are. If you are confused about what I'm talking about, you ain't listened to me when I said go back to part 1, 2, and 3. So go back, come back. Okay. I uploaded all my bank statements, my credit card statements, and my loan statements for May, basically, so that everything was up to date. Anywho, all my files were in order, and I was basically ready for the event because I already knew like what to expect from the first event that I went to. The day before the event, I double checked everything in my file just to make sure that everything was in order, and I was like in my head like, qualification, here I come. But it was at that moment that I didn't realize that I would not be qualified that day. Just bear with my story. So on ATD day, I was very well rested, and my boyfriend had asked me, hey, do you want to go to a picnic with a friend? You know, it'll be outdoors and everything. And I'm just like looking at him like, sir, what is you doing? I'm trying to get us a house. Like, what are you doing? He was trying really hard to convince me to go outside, but I was firm. I stood strong, and I was like, I am not going outside because we are not rushing back home like we did last time. But I'm a bold-faced liar because that's exactly what we did. I went to the picnic and we went outside.
It was all a lie. Guys, it was all a lie.
Yeah, I'm a bold-faced liar. I brought everything like I did last time, a backpack, charger, laptop, backup phone, backup chargers, everything that I might need. And before anyone comes in the comments saying,
Oh my gosh, COVID's out and about, you're in New York City, why would you do that?
First of all, it was only 4 of us. None of us were positive for COVID, and we were in an outdoor area and far from everybody. So please, shh, shh, please, shh, shh. Not today, Satan. Not today. So we were having a great time in the picnic. Time started winding down, and I was, checking my queue number every hour just to make sure, that I wasn't too close to where I needed to be. But then I realized that the queue was moving a little bit faster than last time, and it was moving a little bit too fast for my liking. So I was like telling my boyfriend we need to wrap this up and go home so that we're not rushing or anything like that. And that's exactly what we did. We packed up. So as we're driving towards the home, I get the email that, hey, your counselor will be available soon to video chat with you. And I'm just like, damn. At this time, I think we were like 10 minutes away still. So I was like, please, please, please do not call me. Because last time they called really fast, like once I got that email. So I was like, please, please, please don't call me. Like I was just hoping. So we're driving, we're 5 minutes away. Like that day, my anxiety was intense. Like it was on high, and I was like, why did I do this to myself? I promised I wasn't gonna do this again. And what did I do? I did it again. So finally we get to the apartment and we're looking for parking. As we finally find a parking spot, I get a call, and it's the counselor saying that asking me if I'm ready and everything. And I'm like, I'm literally parking. I'm right side of the apartment. I could be there in like 5 minutes, and then we can hop on the video call. He said, oh, that's fine, that's good. I stayed on the phone with him. I was literally moving my little legs. I'm 5'2", so I'm like really short. So I was moving my little legs, basically speed walking. I kind of left my boyfriend behind in the dust because I was like, he don't need to be on this call. I'm gonna be on this call. So I was like ready to get into the apartment, and I threw my bag down, had my laptop ready. I literally had it in my hand when I was out walking outside the apartment because I was like, I'm gonna try to make this work. But obviously, how was I gonna type while walking? That's just how my brain works sometimes. Don't mind me. Pause real quick. If you have not subscribed already and you made it this far into the story, what are you doing? Like, no pressure or anything, but like, you're obviously interested in the story, so I'm trying to see why you haven't subscribed yet. I mean, we could wait, but that would delay the story, so just click it and we can move on. You're holding everybody up. You good? Okay, perfect. Let's move on. So this Achieve the Dream event was definitely a different experience from the last one. Like, I would say completely different. My MC was definitely more lax. I can't remember what city he was in, but he was definitely more lax. He wasn't like as talkative as the last guy, which I was okay with. He didn't share his video chat. I mean, he didn't share his video, but he was able to see me. And he also did something different this time. He shared his screen with me. So I was able to see everything he was doing in my file while I was, video chatting with him, which was completely different from the last time. I didn't get to see what the guy was doing. Like, I was just, listening and waiting to hear feedback. But that was very, very helpful this time around. So if you are in your ATD event, ask your MC possibly if they can share their screen with you. It's worth a shot. The worst thing they can tell you is no. So, anywho, so he was going through my file and confirming things, and he had told me that some things were in the wrong folders. And I was confused because when I was looking at him, sharing his screen so he could see my file, the folders that he had, some of them were different. It's something that I couldn't see on my end on the web file. So I'm like, how does he see these folders? So he rearranged that for me. It was very easy for him to do so. And I was very appreciative that he took his time going through every section of my web file to make sure that everything was in order in the right place. So that was really good for me. So the biggest thing for me was removing all of the monthly debt payments for the debts that I already paid off. Remember, that was a huge thing for me last time. The guy, he saw my credit report and he saw that the loans were still on my credit report, so he couldn't remove them and lower my debt payments and increase my PITI or my makeup mortgage payment. So that's something that upset me last time, as you saw in my last video. This time around, my MC was, removing my debts that he had saw was paid off on my credit score, but there were additional loans that had also paid off that had not dropped off my credit score, my credit report yet. So this time around, I was like, is there any way you could remove it? And he was like, oh, you could just send me proof of, you paying off the loans, like where it has the loan ID, the date that was paid off, and the balance and everything. And he'll remove it. And that's exactly what he did. So I had probably like 4 or 5 of them. He went one by one and removed them, and it decreased my monthly payments and increased my PITI. There is one that he missed, so keep that in mind. That one was $113 per month, so just keep that in mind. But besides that, he did a lot of due diligence of like removing each debt. So I was really happy about that because I saw my monthly payment go up. Also, one of the biggest things about this meeting is that I had forgot to mention, like with the last MC, that I'm buying a multifamily, that I'm not buying a single family. And I forgot to mention that with the last guy. This time I only remembered because when I was seeing his screen, it said single family affordability on a tab. And I was like, I'm not buying a single family, I'm buying a multifamily. He was like, oh, I didn't know that. And I was like, oh yeah, I probably should have like told you that. So he, you know, the numbers changed a bit. I was able to see like what I could afford for a multifamily in terms of PITI, what my contribution would be. So when he was done with my file and that tab for the multifamily affordability, he showed me the numbers. So basically my PITI had increased all the way from, what was it? I think it was like $1,200 when I had the last video that I recorded. This time it was $2,142, which is a huge difference. And the way that they do the math is that your contribution towards the mortgage is the PITI minus 75% of the tenant's payment. So I think he used $1,350 as the rent, like the assumed rent, but the rent in my area is like $1,450, $1,500. So just keep that in mind that he used $1,350 for, you know, my affordability. So my PITI was $2,142, and my house price was at $356,463. So I'll show you the screenshots that I took from the video chat to show you those numbers. So he had showed me like a current number and then a max number. So there's two columns, and then there's a desired one, but desired and max, they matched each other. So basically my current one was, you know, how much I could afford for my current situation, and then my max was if I've had paid off like more monthly debts, so that, you know, my mortgage would be higher and my housing price would be higher. I cannot pay off the rest of my debts, the biggest ones being my student loans, which is like 13 something, I can't remember right now at this moment. No, it's like $1,500, but I can't pay that off, so that's gonna stay the way it is. So I'm happy with the numbers. I wish, you know, it could be a little bit higher, because how am I gonna find a multifamily for about, you know, $350,000 in New York City? So I might have to like move further. So that's where I am at right now. Like I said before, don't forget about that $113 that he forgot to remove from my monthly debts. So if you add that together, the $2,142 plus the $113 would be $2,155. Not a huge increase, but still, like, it's something. It gets me more house. So I don't know what that would mean in terms of like what my housing price would be, but I'm gonna speak to my local MC that I'm paired with when I meet with her in September. So I'm not really concerned right now. So I didn't get qualified at the ATD event again for the second time, but we're gonna work on that when I meet with my counselor. Another thing is that this time my action plan actually had my minimum required funds. Because I'm buying a multifamily, it's much higher. So my minimum required funds, I think, was like $8,500. So that's how much I have to save and bring to the table. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm saving up towards that. I don't know how long that's gonna take me, but I am still budgeting and make sure that I can meet that goal so I can get the house that I want. The reason that my minimum required funds is so high is because they include if your, you know, other unit will be vacant for a while. If you can't find a tenant, you still have to be able to pay the mortgage on your own. So they give you that cushion so that you can still pay for 3 months or something. And then they also add like furnishing, maintenance, all that type of stuff, so that you have these funds so that you're not failing like as soon as you get the house. You don't want to be broke. Nobody wants to be house poor. So the next NACA video I'll probably do is meeting my realtor, because I met with him that same week. So I don't know when that video is going to go up, but that will be my next NACA video. And then the one following after that would be meeting with my MC, which is happening in September. So I'm excited to share more about this NACA journey with you guys. So yeah, I'm going to end the video here today. If you made it here to the end, thank you so much for watching the video and kicking it with me, per usual. So if you made it here to the end, please leave some yellow peep emojis in the comments so that I know that you made it here to the end. Let me know if you know, if my story sounded similar to yours, if it was different, if you have any questions about my experience that I might have left out. I'm open to any questions about, you know, NACA in general, that based on my research, because I don't know like everything about NACA. I'm not an expert or anything. I literally have been learning about this stuff on my own. So yeah, continue to like, comment, subscribe, leave me feedback and interacting. Share this video to your friends and family so that they can hear about, you know, the good news in NACA, even though, you know, it's not perfect. but a lot of people have been getting their homes lately, and that is great to see. Congrats to all of y'all. Per usual, spend wisely, stay safe, and you're doing the best you can. So I will see you in the next video. Bye.
Young, broken, independent, not broken, not quitting, I'ma get it. Even though I still struggle, I'm sufficient. Like what's up, aiming how it's business. Believe me, it's finna happen. They call them detours, we call it passion. How many no's you receive? I just stopped counting. So why you still doing this shit? I'ma cash in the fountain. See this dream dance between my ear canal, lives inside my heart like a future child. Possess the wisdom in between my smile. The world gotta see me, it may take a while. That's okay, it's prepared for. Played a lot of shows I had to pay for. Define the crowd, me, myself, and I, and the DJ and my homeboys. Good things take some time, I'm like, ooh yeah. Patience is a virtue when I'm moving. Looking at my life, it's a movie. Lot of ups and downs, I'm sticking to it. I got the sauce, I got the drip. I make the play, I get the assist. Impossible, it exists. The slow grind made a better trip.